everybody. Welcome back to a special edition of Build the Millennium Falcon by D'Agostine and Fanholm. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. Today we're going to be doing a mod from Paragrafix. And this is the hold mod, and this is port 1 of 4 as we build and detail this mod. I'd like to give Paul a big shout out and thank you. And we'll be bringing some other mods from some other mod, like 3D Falcon mods that's coming. That's a lot of the electronics that I got, but that's further down the line. Well, so let me show you what we're going to be doing for the first hold mod. We're going to be fooling with some gratings. The grating on the floor, yeah. Read the instructions. It's very important.
Hey, welcome back to the channel again. Now we got a modification of the Falcon hold from Paragrafix. And one thing I could say, if you get this mod, the directions, please, by all means, read the directions. Sister would be proud of me. I read the directions, and let me tell you, I'm gonna go through this. Now, this is my way of doing it. I'm doing it following the directions. I'm going to do some modifications to it. So please read the directions if you're building this and using this mod. Make sure that you understand, because I have a tendency to misunderstand some directions. But we're really reading it slow. I'm going to make mistakes so you don't have to. So this might be a good video for you to watch. Okay, and if you're just watching me build it, you might get a good laugh, because, yeah, it's something. Okay, so I got my hobby knife, and you want to use the one with the little flat blade or the angle blade to remove these pieces, because, and this is metal. So, this is, I just want to, you take good care in moving them. Now remove the little screws. Gently removing the screws. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to remove, I'm just showing you these here along this line. So it's this line like that. This. Don't cut these off. You're going to need those. If you're going to use the halls, which I will, the underneath the floor. So the access holes. So you want to keep those are important. The reason I'm doing this is that I'm going to go ahead and prime these. One very important thing I can tell you from the directions, and I almost made this mistake. These do not line up with the part with the let me show you. Oh, I gotta move about 500,000 things. I should have just had this to begin with. Try not to break. I got. My wife says I get more. She says if I don't want to lose them or breaking apart in this build, it's gonna be a miracle. I told her she's right. Anyhow, got all kinds of stuff. Shelves, one port, this port. Oh, fiber optics running all over the world. Work on those. Okay. Anyhow, back over here. What I want to show you is it's going to go in like this. So this is how they go. And but they don't match up exactly with the these, where you would cut out the holes for the so you want to make sure if you're using this mod, you put this in first, then draw out where you're going to cut out, because they're a little bit larger. I almost made a very bad mistake. I was getting ready to cut those out first, but I'm glad I read the directions. And we're doing a mod on that too. It's a little door holders. It's going to go underneath here, like these. So, but working through all that. First, we got to get this off. So we go ahead and cut it, and then we're going to prime the metal, and then after that we're going to weather it and color it And I'll be explaining all that throughout the video. Okay, well, we cut it out. Now we're gonna go prime it with the Tamiya Surface Primer, the metal and plastic gray, and then I'll come back and airbrush with the FX16. I'm gonna be using my little airbrusher outside because I've been evicted from my airbrushing inside, even with my bucket approach. They swear it smells. I say it doesn't. They say it does. You know the story. Happy wife, happy life. So I'm going to have to put the airbrush. So I gotta clear out a spot for it. Wish it was an appeals court. Alrighty. Here we go.
We're back. Now that we've accomplished priming both sides of this, we're now going to paint it with Tamiya color XF16 that I got from Hub Hobby, and this is the flat aluminum. Okay, to make it look like aluminum grating. Let me get the heck out of that stuff. I'm outside. So I went ahead and put that in, and now notice the orientation of this. This is with this square hole here and circles. So make sure it's facing like this when you paint it, because that's the front. You don't need to paint the bottom. This is the top. So here we go. I'm just gonna go over it like this. All right, and let it dry. Okay, now that we're finished with the spraying and the priming, we got our aluminum. We're just gonna take some Tamiya, if I say the wrong one, Tamiya flat black, and because you know obviously it won't look brand new, so we're just gonna lightly dust it with the paint. Just like that, like it's got oil, because that's how the Falcon would look. And just like it's got a little oil, just give it a little. Now, we're not done, because after this dries, then we gotta weather this. We're gonna do the full weathering after we're finished the installation. So that's this part.
We're back with the Paragrafix mod, holding hole. Now we got to remove a couple of things. This is how the spray came out. Again, I sprayed it with that primer. Came back over it with a little aluminum spray. Then I took it just a cloud of dust, the black, try to give it some all effects in here. And we're going to do more of the weathering of it once we get it installed. We have to remove a couple of pieces, as you can see, in here. So leave this wall in, but pretty much everything else around here we have to take out. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll come back and we'll install this. And then yes, gotta get ready. That we're going to redo these, but got to place the we got to cut into the piece. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, now it's time to trace out where we have to cut. Yeah, I laugh because this is probably the fatal mistake I have to cut into my model. Dear Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do. Okay. I'm going to trace it. Just like that. Yes, now if you're doing this, you're going to go, oh, but it's not following the same path as the ones on the model. Yeah, not supposed to. That was in the directions. Like my dad would say when we're working on cars. This is probably the point at which we say, and I ought not to have done that. Okay. Let's see how it looks. All right. Well, you can see. Let's round up again. Okay. Alrighty. My little sprayed edge. Yeah, buddy. Get this out the way so I don't bend this. Put the lines back. That was because I want to straight right there. I gotta choose. Put this one on the top. Alright. Well, once when I cut it, there's just no going back. If I bend these things up, I'm gonna break them. But maybe that's what I should have done to begin with. Bend them down. I gotta make sure I get this exactly right. My exacto. Let me bend them like this close. I don't want to mess this up. You can cut a little too short, but boy, if you cut a little bit too big, you can't bend these too much. One at the top, then when I need those when I go to install the other part. Paul did a great mod, really did. Okay. Now, I think I got it right where I need to. Turn off the camera and come back and set up my saw, and we'll say a little prayer, and then I'll commence the cutting. I'm going to commence the cutting in a minute. We'll be back.
Okay, well, this completes part 1 of Paragrafix installation of the floor. Now we will be weathering the floor and we will be installing the 2 maintenance pits with the Paragrafix maintenance pits holds underneath this in the next video. And we're going to do each stage of this particular thing because there's a lot I'm kind of showing you as I'm doing it. So in case you want to do these mods, I'll leave a link to where you can buy this.
Okay, that completes the Paragrafix hold mod part 1. And the part 2 will be moving with those maintenance hatches, securing those in, and also we will be beginning with to think about those fiber optics lines and runs. Yeah, to light everything up. It's a lot of detail that goes into this. And hey, if you're building this, I highly recommend the Paragrafix mods, and then eventually we'll be doing the 3D Falcon mods too. But that's the soundboard. That's a lot of future ports. But this will get us ready for those. Until next time, I hope the good news is yours. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment or two. Hey, I'll see you down the road.
Thank you for watching.